We're going back to our roots with this video to look at some creepy and sometimes unexplained video clips. We've tried to find a mix of footage from the good old-fashioned moving doll to a far more serious stalking allegation that resulted in a man's death. So without further ado, here are 5 creepy videos that will not only send shivers down your spine, but should also give you something to think about as you drift off to sleep tonight. As always, hit those lights, sit back, and enjoy. John Lang. In 2015, a man named John Lang started uploading videos to his YouTube channel, Lang Marine, that documented what he claimed was stalking and harassment by various City of Fresno authorities. He believed he was being targeted because of comments he had made on the Fresno Bee, in which he criticized the way Fresno PD and Fresno Fire utilized their budgets. He also claimed he had uncovered corruption and a license plate scanning scam that was unfairly targeting Fresno's poorer residents in unethical and possibly illegal activity that was motivated by profit. The Fresno Bee is a daily newspaper serving Fresno, California and surrounding counties in that US state's central San Joaquin Valley. Lang was commenting on online articles through what he understood was an anonymous comment system using the username John21. However, John claims that the Fresno Bee employee shared his and other log-on data and other IP address information with a Fresno sheriff sergeant, who then used the information to retrieve names and addresses of the posters in order to maliciously track down, stalk, and harass them, and he himself had become a target. Lang stated that he had complained to the news outlet on several occasions about the confidentiality breach but received no response. He claimed that he was the victim of a prolonged harassment and intimidation campaign in which various local authorities lurked outside his home. Lang videoed the activity on CCTV cameras rigged up outside his house, and he started uploading the footage to his YouTube channel. Several of the videos show vehicles, including Fresno PD, pull up outside his house, and on one occasion he claims they started to condition his dogs to their scent to avoid being attacked. One shocking video shows a van pulling up outside his house with a thermal imaging camera to check if he's in. Lang also claims his neighbours are in on it, and on one occasion tried to keep him in their house, while the police tried to get into his property. Other videos show undercover Fresno sheriff personnel checking his driveway and giving him early morning wake-up calls with sirens. Lang claimed he often came home from work to find his front door lock, printer, and 2 computers had been tampered with. He believed his neighbours, along with their corrupt police associates, were conspiring to set him up for crimes he didn't commit, and were trying to enter his home to plant evidence. Over the course of the next 6 months, Lang continued to post the alleged harassment videos, and claimed that less than 8 hours after he commented on a Fresno Bee article, there would be a Fresno PD K9 unit parked right in front of his house. He also alleged Fresno Garbage was also working with the police to frame him. Now, you might think this was all the ramblings of a paranoid, possibly unwell man, as we did initially. However, in one of his last uploads, he posted this. Then anonymously, 2 days later, on January 17th, 2016, he uploaded a video with the following comment. "4 days after this video, John Lang was dead. He was found in his burning house." This was what was reported in the Fresno Bee. Shortly after the newspaper report, the cause of death was changed to suicide, when it was revealed Lang had 3 superficial, self-inflicted stab wounds to his chest and no cuts on his back. This contradicted initial reports by law enforcement. It was also concluded he had started the fire himself. As you can imagine, Lang's death has caused some online controversy, especially after it was revealed that 5 days before he died, Lang left ABC 30 reporter Corin Hoggart a Facebook comment saying, Corrupt Fresno cops are going to try and kill me this weekend, possibly tonight. This is no joke. We have to admit, it all sounds a bit strange. If you want more information on the case, Lang's YouTube channel is still active, and there will be a link to it in the description box. Ghost walks through traffic. A good old-fashioned ghost video that's been doing the rounds. Now, we do not show so many of these lately, as we're stockpiling them for the October Creepy Marathon month, but we thought this one was worth a look. The first part of it was picked up on CCTV cameras outside a shop in the Philippines on June 20th, 2018. The male apparition appears to walk straight through oncoming traffic. Take a look. "13 hours later, what appears to be the same apparition shows up again on surveillance footage from the same store. You can see it emerge close up this time, lurking ominously near to an unsuspecting delivery man. The spooky sightings have baffled staff at the shop, and the owner, Michael Forto, said, "I couldn't believe my eyes. I thought these things only happened on television. It seems that the shadow is looking at the delivery guy." The grocery store is located right in front of the town plaza, and locals believe the spectre is the spirit of somebody with a grudge, and those that have viewed the footage are now wary of walking past the area, as they can sense something in the air. With all these types of videos, there is one of three things it could be: a hoax, a weird shadow, or the real thing. What do you think? Poltergeist activity. This video is a collaboration between YouTubers The Urban Project and Moxley's Crazy Adventures. The pair are urban explorers and paranormal enthusiasts. In these videos, they are both in an abandoned house that apparently was built on land owned by the Brocklehurst family, who were silk weavers during the 19th century. The house is a large 14-bedroom property set in around 1.6 acres of land. Although they do not specify where it is, we're guessing it's near Macclesfield in north of England in the UK. The house is known locally as Sally's house, although no one seems to know why. The guys explore the house, both filming separately, walking through the various rooms that still have items of furniture, paintings and household items that indicate either a family once lived there, or it was some sort of care facility. As they walk, it is apparent that there is a lot of noise in the house. You can hear things falling and an array of weird noises. Both of them agree that there seems like a presence there, and they are getting bad vibes. Throughout the house, the walls are scrawled with graffiti and references to Sally, a lot of them saying, "Sally in the woods." As they are coming to the end of their exploration, they come across police tape, indicating there may have been a crime committed there. Moxley has been using a spirit box in various rooms, and a muffled woman's voice can be heard. As he sets the spirit box up, in what they think is a treatment room, this is what happens.
I tell you what, these spirit boxes, you know, they frighten the life out of me. Just because of the random jibber jabber that comes out of them.
Is there any spirits in this room with us? You want to make your presence known?
You was getting a better response when you was asking about Sally.
Yeah, right. Is Sally in this room with us? Gone. Who's gone? Tom. Who's Tom? Bye.
Yeah.
Mate, let's get
That's just...
me, that just fell off the side.
Mate,
Bye.
Now that's pretty creepy, but there's more. As they make their way out of the house, they return to the kitchen area where the piano is, and again Moxley sets his spirit box up, and this is what happens.
What did she say?
Something says yeah. Never. Who's the male that keeps talking over Sally? Mark.
Sally, are you happy that we're here? Hell, Mox!
Get out.
Mox!
Okay, goodbye.
Mox, just get out to the living room a bit. We need to get out of here, mate.
Mark.
Sally, are you happy that we're here?
F you.
Fucking hell, Mox!
Get out. Okay, goodbye.
Mox, just get out to the living room a bit. We need to get out of here, mate.
Now if that's genuine, that is pretty creepy. What do you make of it? Mr. Fritz. We looked at this footage and thought it was too good to be true, but there's a fascinating backstory to it, so we thought it was worth showing. In August 1943, after being captured by the Nazis in the Tunisian campaign, the first American prisoner arrived at Stalag 2B, a German World War II prisoner of war camp in Poland. One of those prisoners was allegedly a ventriloquist before he was conscripted, and whilst being held at Stalag 2B, he made a ventriloquist doll named Mr. Fritz. After the camp was liberated by the Russians on the 28th of January 1945, Mr. Fritz and his owner went back to America, and presumably after his owner's death, Mr. Fritz ended up in an antique shop in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, before eventually ending up in the UK, where he was acquired by collector Michael Diamond from Liverpool, England. Michael travels the country with his weird collection of dolls, taxidermy animals, spiritual props, skulls, ancient weaponry, and Mr. Fritz. However, when not travelling around, Mr. Fritz is kept in what is called a freak room at Michael's family home. But after the door of the cabinet kept opening at night, Michael decided to set up a GoPro camera to see what was going on. He filmed over 2 nights, and when he reviewed the footage, he was shocked at what he found. Take a look. Mr. Fritz can clearly be seen blinking and moving his mouth despite nobody being around. Michael has no idea what was causing the movement, as there was no one in the room, no windows open and no airflow, and the cabinet door had a latch on, so shouldn't have swung open. The incident unnerved the family so much that now Mr. Fritz's cabinet is secured with a chain and covered in a blanket. Now we're not sure what to make of this one, but we do still find it a little creepy, and the story of how Mr. Fritz came about is fascinating. What do you think of this one? Now, before we get into the last video, we wanted to let you all know that we just uploaded our Jonestown Murderous Minds documentary onto Patreon. It's only part 1, and part 2 will be up very soon. But if you want to check out the Murderous Minds documentary, then click on the link in the description or in the comments section to become a Patreon. Now, we know times are very rough around the world, and we've been doing this even before the coronavirus outbreak, but we offer all of our content on Patreon for free to those who email patreon@top5s.co.uk. We've also uploaded a guided meditation for anxiety that we uploaded to Patreon as we didn't feel it fit on this channel. We've allowed that to be viewed for free. So just click on the Patreon link in the description and you'll be able to listen to that. Now, let's take a look at this last one. Doorbell Camera Ghost. This footage was first uploaded to Reddit by user Altadam on February the 20th, 2020. It was captured on a door camera in the middle of the night in Georgia, USA. Not a lot else is known about it, but it kind of speaks for itself. Take a look. That looks quite convincing. However, judging by the Reddit comments, some are not so sure, claiming it could be a spiderweb or a creature of some sort. Now that is possible, however the movement appears to indicate something bipedal walking. We are pretty sure this footage is not a hoax or a setup, but whatever it is, paranormal or not, is open to debate, as a number of things crossing the camera lens could have caused the image. The poster addressed the question about why the garage door was open, saying it was not a garage but an enclosed porch. It certainly is interesting footage, so what do you think it is? Let us know in the comments. So that's 5 creepy videos and mysteries that will send shivers down your spine. We hope you've enjoyed and are staying safe, and as always, we'll see you in the next video.